What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. This is episode number 12. We're starting today's stuff, officially ending season 1. We're going to La Liga, winning the Segunda Division. We are up to the top tier of Spanish football and heading into the new season. Obviously the first thing you do when you start a new season, check your transfer budget. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting much heading back to La Liga, but I was hoping for a little bit. And in season 2, in La Liga, our transfer budget with Malaga will be £26 million, where, you know, to be honest, it's pretty much exactly what I was expecting. It's funny because I try and predict it before I start a new season. With Malaga, I was like, maybe 23, 24. But then, of course, I remember I left a couple mil in the budget last season. So really, it's pretty much bang on the money, quite literally. £26 million for the new season. And that, to me, is fair. That's quite realistic, I would say. For a team of Malaga's pull, Malaga's reputation, Malaga's big stadium for the season ticket money, they anticipate selling as well. I'd say 26 million is about fair, considering I left 2 or 3 mil in the budget as well. So heading into the new season, you'll see 4 players have left out on loan after we agreed those outside the January transfer window last season, 2 of which going to Paris FC. I really like that. I know I often say this, but I wish that there are so many easy little things you could, you know, put into career mode that will make the game even better. Affiliate clubs, wouldn't they be great? Affiliate clubs, I'd absolutely love that. You know, Malaga and Paris FC, bit of a strange one, but even so that would be kind of cool. But anyway, as I run you through the squad here, you saw the team screen a moment ago there. It's a small squad, like I'll be totally honest here. Yes, you've got a 31-man squad, but there's several players that are currently out on loan right now. It is quite a small squad, but I'm not too concerned about that. And the reason being is very simple. Well, obviously, we are not in Europe right now. We are still only playing domestic games. Last year we had 42. This year we'll have 38. So we don't need a fixed squad. We really don't. Yes, we anticipate a couple of injuries here and there during the season, but for the most part, we don't need a fixed squad. So just making sure we've got the quality to stay up, that's the key. Because in season 1 in La Liga, season 2 overall, you would have seen our expectations there. Forget about the Copa del Rey, like last year, we're not bothered about it at all. La Liga is our only priority, and it is just to avoid relegation. Just stay in La Liga. Now, as you'll see, the problem Malaga have is that there are several players, when I say several players, about a third of our squad who have their contracts up come the end of the season. So the first thing I need to do straight away is extend those contracts. This is one thing which I always say to people, like when you're starting a new season off, like obviously you check the budget straight away, see what you're working with, but first things first, extend the contracts. If players have their deals that come the end of the year, make sure you extend the contracts to the players you want and then look to sell on the ones you don't. It's kind of like get your own house in order before you start looking to sign other players. That's what I do anyway. Anyway, as you'll see here, I gave some new deals out to Alex Calvo, El Ahab, Diarra got a new deal as well, as did Lagos Jr. I know he's 32 years old now, but last year he was my 3rd top scorer, and I think he was joint top of assists last year in the Segunda Division. So Lagos Jr. I'm going to keep. I love the bug here as well in the contract negotiation glitched out, but I'm going to keep Lagos Jr. I know he's 32 years old and he's gone down a couple of ratings, but he is a really, really rapid player, and that can come in handy, especially in late game situations. Juande got a new deal. I know last year we were terrible defensively, but of course Juande and Diarra were going to get new contracts, as was the main man of last year, top scorer in the Segunda Division. He's going to be vital if we are going to stay up this year. That is, of course, Loren Zuniga. So, yeah, lots of players got new deals because we're a young side and again a small side as well. So, I don't want to sell everyone, but Ndai is, of course, going to be retiring, but the rest of which can go. Burgos, Romalo, and also Delmas as well. All 3 defence-based players. We need to get better defensively, and so with £26 million in the budget, the question is, well, where are we going to improve with Malaga heading into La Liga? Well, the answer is very simple. On defence, we have to get better defensively. Last year, we were the top scorers in the Segunda Division with 99 goals. We had the top scorer in the league with Lorenzo Zuniga, but we had a woeful defensive record. I think we were like the second or third worst defensive team in the top 10. That's pretty embarrassing for a side that finished top of the table. So we need to get better defensively, and my number 1 target was going to be to get a new goalkeeper. But after checking the free agents pool, I found this guy, Iñaki Nunez, 21-year-old new gen goalkeeper, perhaps released by the Real Madrid Academy. I don't know, but a 5-star week that can be so crucial when you're playing out for the back, a goalkeeper that's adept using both of his feet. Nunez is in, 21 years old. I don't know how much better he can get, but to me, if I can get him into the low 80s, I'm totally fine with that. And right now, he'll already be our starting goalkeeper this year. Obviously, Manolo Reina is 38, out of contract come the end of the season. I'm probably going to sell him, if not keep him, just as a reserve goalkeeper. Yanez out of the Real Madrid Academy. He's okay, but he's not really good enough, I would say, at this point right now for this division. So I needed a better goalkeeper, and on a freebie, Iñaki Nunez. I like that a lot, man. 21-year-old goalkeeper coming in, and we don't need to spend a single penny on a transfer fee. But we did spend a pretty penny on a transfer fee for the following signing, and this became, I think, second or third most expensive signing in Malaga club history. Their most expensive transfer in club history is Santi Cazorla. Arsenal fans will remember very well. I think he cost them around £23 million, but I think this guy becomes our second or perhaps third most expensive transfer in Malaga club history. And this is a recommendation from you guys. Someone recommended him to me. I've got to say, appreciate the suggestion, because I did some scouting on him last year and I've decided to pull the trigger and bring him in. His name is Adem Zourgain. He is an Algerian central midfielder playing in Belgium right now. And we picked him up for £11 million on a 5-year deal, £17,000 a week. I'll be honest, I don't know much about him, but this is a recommendation from someone last season, I should say. And I'm excited because this guy is literally my ideal sort of player. Now, last year I know defensively we were poor, but you would have seen a lot of our goals were conceded where there was no help for the back three whatsoever. And that's because in the system we play, the 3-4-2-1, and midfield, there's a massive, massive gap between the midfield four and the back three, and that's what I need to improve on this year. I want to make sure in the midfield we've got more defensive stability. Well, this guy could definitely plug those gaps. High work rate, 5-star weak foot, 80 strength, 90 stamina, really solid defensive stats, really physical, 6 foot as well. I've got to say, I'm really happy about this signing. Thank you for the recommendation as well. He is in for £11 million. Whilst he's not the quickest, he's so well balanced all across the board. And you guys know me, I've said it before. My favourite player in FIFA, Renato Sanchez. Probably my second favourite player, Kefren Turam. Why is that? Well, they are jack of all trades that can do anything. And great central midfielders, box to box, really just so good on both ends of the pitch. Well, you guys know me well, clearly, because Adem Zourgain is in for £11 million, and he is that guy. We needed more energy for the middle of the park. I mean, you've seen it, man. We've got some technical players, but right through the middle, not really what you call much defensive stability or energy, regardless of what CM duo we're playing. Normally Munoz and Ibra Perez, to be fair, but this guy's got real first-team quality. He can help out on the defensive end and also drive us forward as well. He's ideal for this system and the way we play with Malaga, so delighted with that. But of course, after signing those two players there, well, I said it last season, this guy was going to be my number one target this year, and he ends up becoming my third signing of the window so far. But it is Fran Villalba. Yep, he's returning to Malaga, and this time he's coming back permanently. Yep, the Sporting Gijon attacking midfielder that we had last year. He was so good for me last season, man. He was so good. And I said we were going to bring him back. He was waiting. He was like, Doxy boy, don't forget about me. You said you were going to bring me back, and I was going to come to La Liga with you. And he is. Fran Villalba is back at Malaga this time on a permanent deal. And for £2.75 million, I'm buzzing with that. Yes, at 25 years old and 73 rated. I'll be honest, I don't know how much better he can get. I still think he could grow 2 or 3 ratings, but as a squad player, this guy I know is always going to deliver. You know those sort of players who they always do something for you. They always get you like a goal or an assist when you play them, even if you don't play them very often. Well, last year, Fran Villalba was a starter for us. This year, with Roberto and Kevin coming back from their loan spells, I'm not sure. I probably will still start him in this team, but with Tony Flores, I want to play him CAM because I've changed his position there. It will make no sense for him to keep him on the right-hand side. I'll have to change his position, but Fran Villalba is in for £2.75 million. Well, that's a bargain considering how good he was for us last year. But in terms of sales, we finally started to get some bids here for our lads on the transfer list. Burgos and Ramalho, as you can see here. Burgos wanted by Atalanta United. Ramalho wanted by Estudiantes of Argentina. Argentina. Kevin was approached, but of course we turned it down. He's just come back from his loan spell, and I'm quite big on those two youngsters that were out on loan last year, Kevin and Roberto. We'll see how they get on. But yes, Romalo and Burgos both leave to Estudiantes and Atalanta United respectively. And we also had another bid for Kevin, this time from the Blades, and also Delmas, the Spanish fullback, wanted by St Etienne. To be fair, I did give him a little bit of game time last year. As a squad player, he was alright, but out of contract come the end of the season, I wasn't going to extend it, so I might as well cash in now instead of leaving him for free. He's off to St Etienne for just under $1 million. But the interesting decision is this. Ruben Yanez, Coventry City, met his release clause out of the Real Madrid Academy all those years ago. Last year, I changed him to our number one after Manolo Reina started as our number one. The Sky Blues met his release clause, £810,000, and I thought, you know what? We've signed Nunez. He'll be our starting shot stopper this year. If you want to go to the Rico, you go to the Rico, because there's a ton of other goalkeepers that are available on a free transfer, so I'm totally fine with that. Yanez goes. Last year, he was okay. He became our starting goalkeeper midway through the season, but I'll be honest with you, with our defensive record, you know, let's be honest, he's not the reason we got promoted, let's just say that. So I'm totally fine with him going to the Championship there. He's off to the Rico. But as the free transfers would continue, our second one of the summer window so far, I always say this every single season, summer transfer window arrives, check the free agents pool regardless of what club you're managing, because you just might find a gem. Well, I've found someone who is going to be a great little pickup on a free transfer. Welcome to Malaga. Barcelona Academy graduate. Played for Aston Villa, played for Middlesbrough, played for Wolves, went back on loan to Barcelona, and now he's settled here at Malaga. Welcome to the Estadio La Rosaleda. The tank, Adama Traore, released by Wolves. And I said, come to Malaga, come back to Spain, but this time on the South Coast. And Adama Traore is in, I think it was 20 grand a week as well. 77 rated, 27 years old. I still think he could get a rating or two better, but real first team quality, absolutely rapid. As we know, Adama Traore, this dude is jacked, absolutely jacked. He is so strong, and we want that physical strength in the middle of the park. Well, he's on the right hand side, but even so, Adama Traore is in, and I'm buzzing with that. But that will end today's episode of the RTG Career, guys. Big thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't, please drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode featuring the first game of La Liga with Malaga and a couple new signings as well very soon.